Welcome to Newsroom series today. I'm Olumide Macaulay. Thank you for joining us. Our focus is the North Central region. However, we'll begin with stories from other parts of the country. Vice President Kashim Shettima says the President Bola Tinubu's administration is determined to eradicate corruption without fear or favor. He made the comment at the second edition of the Chronicle Roundtable in Abuja, where he says the government has been working to reduce the unemployment rate in the country. The event had in attendance the Minister of Information, Mohammed Idris, the Special Advisor to the President on Political Matters in the Office of the Vice President, Hakeem Baba Ahmed, former Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Shamsuddin Usman, and others. It's focused on examining how President Tinubu's administration's economic and social agenda will transform Nigeria. The military has announced its preparedness to court-martial 12 officers responsible for the airstrike that was carried out on Tudun Biri village in Kaduna on the 3rd of December 2023, which led to the death of several civilians. Addressing journalists in Abuja on the activities of the armed forces in the fight against insurgency, the Director, Defense Media Operations, Major General Edward Buba, says the drone attack, which occurred when the villagers were celebrating the birth of Prophet Muhammad, was a mistake which the military is not prepared to condone. General Buba also read the riot act to members of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra as he assures residents of the southeast that sit-at-home orders being observed in the region is dead and buried. He warns them to desist from issuing empty threats with regard to the planned sit-at-home order for the 30th of May to celebrate fallen heroes in the southeast, which he describes as an aberration.
The military has conducted a painstaking investigation into the Tudun Biri incident that occurred in Kaduna State and has initiated disciplinary action against those that we found culpable. Accordingly, the affected personnel are to face a court-martial for acts of omission or commission with respect to the Tudun Biri incident. I'm, however, constrained to speak much about the incident as it will be adjudged as prejudicial, being a case before a court-martial. However, it must be made clear that the incident was a mistake and the victims of the strike were mistaken for terrorists before a court-martial. However, it must be made clear that the incident was a mistake and the victims of the strike were mistaken.
As the fuel scarcity continues to bite harder, the Kwara state government is warning fuel marketers against sharp practices. The state government task force is also allaying the fear of residents of any plan to increase the pump price of petrol.
It's days now since the fuel scarcity hit Kwara state. Majority of the filling stations, especially independent marketers, are not open for business, while a handful of major marketers who are selling have their hands full. Mr. Agbola Kayode is a retired civil servant. He now runs a taxi business, but finds it difficult to get fuel for his taxi.
So we are suffering, and we don't know the reason. No information, nothing. We have been queued for the past 3 hours now. They have not opened the gate for us.
What is going on here, and which we don't understand. And we are all Nigerians, and we are suffering for fuel. There is no how we can go out to just buy fuel anyhow we want, and it's not good like that.
Worried by this development, the Kwara State's task force, led by the Chief of Staff to the Governor, raided some fuel stations within the Ilorin metropolis. At this fuel station, it was discovered that they would rather sell in jerry cans to some of their cronies instead of the cars on the queues.
We observe that the major marketers, they are doing their best so far, because we checked their pits. We discovered that they are selling, they have enough in the stock. We want to assure the majority of our people in the state that the government is not trying to increase the price of fuel. We are trying to make sure that majority of the people enjoy. They are not shortchanged.
Apart from the NNPC mega stations that sell at 580 naira per litre, other stations in Kwara State sell between 700 and 900 naira. And that's besides the black market dealers who sell for about 1,500 naira per litre.
The Nasarawa State House of Assembly has given the Abuja Electricity Distribution Company 14 days to improve power supply in the state or quit. This was the resolution of the House when authorities of the AEDC and the Nasarawa Electricity Power Agency appeared before it following its invitation over the poor supply in the state. The action of the lawmakers is to push the AEDC to address the issue and provide reliable supply for the people. Our correspondent, Halima Kayam, reports.
The supply of power in Nasarawa State in the past weeks has been abysmal, with Lafia, the state capital, being the most affected. Residents describe the situation as unbearable.
It's very, very bad. Sometimes you can reach 1 week, no light. No light. And then if monthly feed come, they will, in fact, the bill is very, very high. No light, and then they are disturbing people with the highest of.
This, they say, is taking a toll on small businesses who depend on power to carry out their services. Some turn to generating sets, with others using alternative sources.
The issue of light is becoming very, very unbearable, in the sense that, in fact, what I think I noticed is that we only see light when they are about to bring bill. Okay? The issue of light is very, 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 very poor.
The power situation prompted the State House of Assembly to summon authorities of the Abuja Electricity Distribution Company and the Nasarawa Electricity Power Agency for clarification after the matter was raised by the member representing Lafia Central Constituency, Solomon Akwashiki.
You may follow NEPA for 3 months on a simple issue that doesn't pass more than 300,000. Mr. Chairman, they will never respond to you. And I will be sitting here, the AEDC, lying on my face when I'm a representative of this community, telling him that I have been received complaint on daily basis.
After being questioned for over 4 hours, the AEDC representative explains.
But the problem we are having, sir, with all respect to this house, is most of our meters are bypassed. We want to give all our customers meters for them to have and enjoy themselves. And for us also to stay in the comfort of our office, monitor this meter, ensuring that they are performing efficiently. But some customers, when you put meter to their house and they see that in a week they are vended like 500, 600 naira, what they will be looking for is a way out. And that is the mentality of every Nigerian, sir.
Not satisfied, the House gives the AEDC a 14-day ultimatum to improve power supply or quit.
First, we want to commend the effort of His Excellency the Governor of Nasarawa State, Engineer A. Sule, for his effort to see that Nasarawa State is connected with the national grid, because he has expended a lot of money on the substation of Akuruba substation, and the purpose of that is to see that light is restored. Nasarawa State people have 24 hours light. But unfortunately, it's like this effort is being sabotaged.
Governor Abdullahi Sule is commended for efforts in the sector, which the House wants to be sustained.
The Abuja Electricity Distribution Company is hereby given 14 days to restore normal light to Nasarawa State. And failure to do that, we have no option to ask them to quit, and we'll invite another company to do the needful so that we satisfy the need of our people in Nasarawa State.
The House, in its efforts to ensure improvement of power supply across the state, has also directed authorities of Power Gen Energy Limited, Nigeria's first interconnected hybrid solar mini-grid plant situated in Toto local government area, to appear before it on May 21st for explanations on their activities. Halima Agayam, Channels Television News.
The Benue State government has approved the cascading of the Universal Basic Education Model Smart School in Makurdi by upgrading 11 more public primary schools to raise competitiveness with the private schools. Executive Chairman of the Benue State Universal Basic Education Board, Dr. Grace Adagba, disclosed this to Channels Television in a briefing following the successful take-off of the UBEC Smart School in Makurdi, where pupils are taught using laptops, projectors, and smart electronic boards. Officials of the Smart School, while conducting Channels Television around the teaching aid technology deployed to help pupils from nursery 1 to junior secondary school, say learners learn, take their examinations with the computers-based test CBT.
Reforms being carried out by the Benue State Universal Basic Education Board have led to the transformation of the board headquarters, and after 11 months of revamping the system comes the introduction of smart school systems. One of the new schools is located in Adaka area of Makurdi, the state capital, where pupils from nursery 1 up to junior secondary school 1 take lessons using technology. The ICT manager at the Smart School and the principal managing the learning outcomes provide an overview of how this system is helping to transform education in the state.
In UBEC Modern Smart School at Dakar, we have tablets for pupils, we have laptops to aid teachers to teach using the projector and the smart board, while we still have a library which is only in conventional schools. So I think we are doing far, UBEC Modern Smart School Makurdi is doing very better than other conventional primary schools. And with what we know, there's going to be a step down.
We deploy technology lavishly in this place to help the teachers and the learners to do more in their activities. So what is going here already is very, very massive. The students are enthusiastic. The teachers, their excitement knows no bound, and both the teachers and the learners are doing practically well, as was demonstrated in our second term examination when we took up the CBT, and it was really something new and something wonderful.
Pupils working at the ICT lab share their learning experience using advanced technology.
Using technological devices, I've done many impacts in my life, but one of them, it helps me to see what the teacher have taught me on the board.
Okay. What else?
I want to become a medical doctor when I grow up.
The project consists of the use of laptops by pupils, projectors, electronic boards, which are all powered by solar systems. Meanwhile, the reforms also bring positive changes to the SUBEB headquarters in Makurdi, which now wears a new look with the reconstruction of the office blocks, interlocking of the premises, as well as a dedicated borehole using solar power system. The staff expressed confidence in the administration.
You go every office, you will see furniture, you will see ACs, you will see the interlock here, even down
inside and outside. He even changed the attitude of staffs. But now we have a borehole that is running everywhere. The water is running everywhere.
With new furniture, an internal water supply system from the borehole, the executive chairman notes that the reform is targeting 11 new schools to be upgraded to compete with private schools.
Already map up we've covered the 3 zones, and we've taken out of what we have chosen to do, we have picked to do, we have taken out of that portion about 11 schools that will be upgraded to a status that is better than the best private school in the state. Our intention is to destabilize the private sector and ensure that public school regain its lost glory.
The Hyacinth Alia administration says it is determined to step up its investment in the education sector to improve the national competitiveness with other states.
Welcome back. In continuation of efforts to have a befitting metropolis in Plateau State, with a clean environment that will attract investors, improve the revenue, as well as decongest the city, Plateau State government have commenced demolition of illegal structures and enforcement of bans on street trading. General Manager of the Just Metropolitan Development Board, Hart Bankat, led the demolition exercise, accompanied by security personnel, to enforce the order, which is restraining certain activities such as indiscriminate parking of vehicles and trucks on the road, trading in unauthorized places, and other activities within the Jos Bukuru metropolis.
With the signing into law of the executive order by Governor Caleb Twang, the coast has been cleared for the execution and enforcement of the order by Jos Metropolitan Development Board, which is responsible for the implementation in order to maintain an organized and befitting city center. The board members and other agencies embark on the demolition of illegal structures, especially at the burnt terminus market, where unauthorized trading activities are ongoing, the popular Ahmadu Bello Street, where illegal structures were pulled down, as well as clearance of trading activities on the streets. The government is optimistic that enforcement of the order and its adherence by the people will improve the quality of life for all residents and create a safe and organized urban environment.
I think we've been too nice. This was supposed to have kicked off since on the 19th of March. But we kept announcing, we kept engaging, we kept sitting down with them, begging, and then we didn't take action until 25th of April. Come on, that's 1 month. How many days? 5 days. I think we've been kind enough, and at this point, I don't think we'll be kind any longer, because we are politicians, whether we like it or not. We have time frames. We have a time to deliver on our mandate that we've promised our people, and that cannot be determined by some miscreants who are not willing to see the state progress.
The ongoing exercise has been extended to other areas within the Just Greater Master Plan, where illegal structures were pulled down and traders cleared from roadsides for safety. Joy Joel is a shop owner at a complex where street traders have been denied her visibility to customers. But with the clearing exercise, her business seems to be having a new phase.
It has a lot of advantages. A lot of people can see the shop. In fact, some few people pass by and said, is there an existing shop like this? They've not been saying it because of the crowd that covered the shop. And then again, at least we have good air. We can breathe well, good environment, and then it's more spacious. So it's a very good advantage for us, for we the shop owners.
I think
another resident in Jos expresses satisfaction on the exercise, as well as what citizens will benefit from having a clean and organized environment.
But with this move, it means that it is going to bring sanity. It is going to bring free flow of traffic. It is also going to ensure that things are done the right way, because it is not the right thing that you see traders selling by the roadside. It doesn't speak well of a city like Jos. So what government has done is a right step in the right direction. And you know, there is this Jos master plan that has been on the paper for a long time.
So I think the government is taking the bold step, to ensure that this greater just master plan is being achieved. And this, what the JMDB is doing, is part of that move to ensure that the greater just master plan is achieved.
The executive order also focuses on streamlining vehicular traffic movement within the metropolis by implementing traffic management measures such as designated parking spaces, traffic lights, and road signages, as well as regulation of building projects.
Kogi State Governor Usman Ododo has called on leaders to prioritize the welfare of Nigerians through equitable distribution of resources, provision of quality health care, and physical infrastructure. The governor, who stated this to his deputy, Governor Joel Salifu, while delivering a keynote address at the 34th Annual National Conference of the Nigerian Political Science Association held in Lokoja, the state capital, also explained that the nation is currently in search of ways to advance the welfare of citizens, saying that leaders should adopt a universal solution to the current challenges the country has been facing.
The 34th Annual National Conference of the Nigerian Political Science Association took place in Kogi State, north central Nigeria, and the multipurpose hall of the Federal University Lokoja is the venue. Kogi State Governor, represented by his deputy, is a special guest of honor. The theme, Governance and Nation Building in Nigeria, Options for Policy, fits the timing of this discourse, made up of distinguished personalities like the former governor of Ekiti State, Mr. Kayode Fayemi, scholars, policymakers, and those in the academia. They are here to brainstorm on various aspects of governance, especially problems that have bedeviled the nation over the years.
If we really want Nigeria to develop, we need to pay attention, special attention to education. If some people are getting 13 million, 20 million, and lecturers are just getting, professor, people say that I'm getting almost 420 because I've been the bar a long time ago. But those who are becoming professors now cannot even spare that figure. I think our politicians should please do something to make sure that things are better in the university system.
The keynote speaker, Dr. Kayode Fayemi, who speaks from a position of experience in telling his audience that many of the country's challenges are capable of undermining development.
The recurrent predictions about the imminent collapse of or failure of the Nigerian state have been bolstered and made to look more credible in recent times by various developments in the polity. The violent activities of separatist agitators in the southeast and southwestern parts of Nigeria, vociferous revisionist contestations of the Amalgamation Act of 1914, where some describe it as the mistake that produced Nigeria.
Despite these challenges, he believes there is still hope if the leaders and the led collaborate to do the needful.
The predictions of an imminent failure or collapse have proved to be hasty, exaggerated in some cases, and misplaced so far. This is mainly because of the gross underestimation of the many webs of interdependence, historical bonds of interconnections, and contemporary mixtures that are an important part of the dynamics of modern Nigeria.
The Deputy Governor of Kogi State, Joel Salifu, is optimistic of impactful outcomes from the perspectives and scholarly exchanges at the conference.
Our nation building is the bedrock of our democratic system as it creates a platform for the fulfillment of the wishes and aspirations of the people. There can be therefore no better time to reflect on the general position such discourse holds in our nations to march towards sustainable development.
The 2 days event is expected to come up with a communique which they believe will assist the nation to put things right.
That's it on Newsroom series today. Thank you for watching. I'm Olumide Mukoli.